Okay, in this class we will discuss some of the important problems which is based on the knuckle joint. The last class also we discussed regarding the problems which is based on the knuckle joint. So first let us understand the given problem. The problem is design a knuckle joint to connect two circular rods. Design a knuckle joint to connect two circular rods subjected to an axial tensile force of 50 kilonewton. The rod are coaxial and a small amount of angular moment. Coaxial and small amount of angular moment between their axis. Between their axis is permissible. Okay, this is a given problem. The stresses, the stresses, the design stresses may be taken as 80 Newton per mm square in tension, 40 Newton per mm square in shear, and 80 Newton per mm square in crushing. Okay, so this is a given problem. Next, let us note on the given data with respect to this given problem. Okay, there is a force which is acting on this particular circular rods in axial tension, that is F is equal to 50 kilonewton. F is equal to 50 kilonewton. So here, so with respect to this, next, so we can write this 50 into 10 to the power 3 newtons. Okay, same way we have one more very important the parameters, that is the design stresses may be taken as, that is sigma t. Sigma t is equal to 80 Newton per mm square, and sigma tau, sorry, this one sigma t is equal to 80 Newton per mm square, and tau is equal to 40 Newton per mm square, which is subjected to shear, and okay, sigma c, the crushing stresses, which is 80 Newton per mm square. Okay, this is a given problem. Okay, this is the given data with respect to this given problem. Okay, in this problem we have a knuckle joint. We need to design a knuckle joint. So with respect to this, okay, if we talk about this as a knuckle joint, here some of the important components which are present in this knuckle joint is we need to design a rod. So it is not subjected to, for example, here where exactly that failure will going to take place, that where we have a small, okay, the cross sectional area. So first we need to discuss regarding the diameter, okay, the design of rod and rod end, okay, that we need to discuss. And next we need to go for the design of collar, and okay, the design of knuckle pin, and design of fork, and design of eye. One by one we will discuss. Okay, so with respect to this, first, okay, so this knuckle joint is subjected only for the tensile. So if, okay, because of where exactly we want some sort of angularity or some sort of flexibility, in that particular cases we will use this kind of joint. Okay, now we'll go for the design of rod. If we talk about the design of rod, first, this is a rod. The tensile stress in the tensile stress in the rod, that is sigma t is equal to 4f divided by pi d square. 4f divided by pi d square, the equation number 17.46, which is available in the design data handbook. This is a diameter, okay, this is the design of the rod and rod end. With respect to this, we have an area, okay, the resisting area is A is equal to pi by 4 d square. Okay, with respect to this we can find out this value. We know that f sigma t is equal to, we know the value of sigma t, which is given in the problem, that is 80 Newton per mm square, is equal to 4 into, we know the value of f, that is 50 into 10 to the power 3 newtons, divided by pi into d square. This is the diameter, okay, the diameter of the rod. If we simplify this equation, the diameter of rod, d is equal to 28.21 mm. So we'll make it standard diameter, that is 30 mm. This is the diameter of the rod. and we need to find out the diameter of the rod end. So the diameter of rod end is equal to, we know the notation, that is d1 is equal to 1.2 times of d. We know the value of d, that is 1.2 into 30. So we'll get d1 is equal to, if we simplify this, we'll get 36 mm. So this is the diameter, the d1. Okay, next what we need to find out, we need to go for the design of pin and collar. So we need to simplify the design of pin and collar. So this is the design of knuckle pin and collar. So as the knuckle pin is subjected to double shear. Okay, this is how the double shear will going to take place. Okay, if we talk about this is the diameter, this is the, okay, so the knuckle pin is subjected to a double shear. You can see here, okay, this is a pin. So when the tangential force which is acting on that particular pin, okay, so if we talk about, okay, this is a knuckle pin, so there is a force which is acting on this particular pin. Okay, so this is the nature of the failure will going to take place. Okay, this is about a pin. Okay, the force which is acting is the axial force. Okay, so with respect to that, we need to cross check that the shear strength of knuckle pin, the knuckle pin, F is equal to 2 into 5 by 4 into d2 square into tau. Okay, this is the equation which is available in the design data handbook, the equation number 17.53. Equation number 17.53. Okay, so if you substitute all the values, we can also write like this: tau is equal to 2 into f divided by pi into d2 square. We can also write like this. Okay, we know the value of tau, 40, 2 into f, that is 50 into 10 to the power 3 divided by pi into d2 square. So if we simplify that, we'll get the diameter of the knuckle pin. This is the diameter of the knuckle pin, which is the d2, okay, which is subjected to a double shear. Okay, the diameter of knuckle pin, so d2 is equal to 28.2 mm. So we'll make it d2 is equal to 30 mm. So this is the diameter of the knuckle pin. Next what we need to do, we need to consider as a small amount of angular, which is given in the problem, angular movement, small amount of angular movement between the axis is permissible. The knuckle pin is subjected to knuckle pin is subjected to bending. When we will, okay, once we will consider a small amount of angular movement between these axes. Okay, so at the time this knuckle pin is subjected to bending. Okay, once if it is subjected to bending, we need to find out the maximum bending stress on the pin. Maximum bending stress in the pin, that is sigma B is equal to sigma B is equal to 4f B divided by pi t2 square. 4fb divided by pi t2 square. This is the equation which is available in the design data handbook, the equation number 17.55. We already discussed this in the design procedure. If we substitute all the values with respect to this equation, we know that sigma b, that is 80 into 4 into 50, okay, 50 okay. So with respect to this, before solving this, we need to go for the b, that is thickness of I, that is b is equal to 1.2 times of d, 1.2 times of d, okay. So that is 1.25 into d is equal to 30, will get b is equal to 37.5 mm, 37.5 mm. Same way we need to substitute all the values into this equation. 80 is equal to 4 into 50 into 10 to the power 3 into 37.5 divided by pi into d2 cube, okay, sorry. So this is called the d2 cube, okay, from the equation d2 cube. If you simplify that, the diameter of the knuckle pin, d2 is equal to 31.02 mm. So this d2 is equal to standard value, that is I'll make it 35 mm. We'll consider the standard value, the diameter of the knuckle pin, when it is subjected to a bending, okay. Next, what we need to find out, we need to also the bending stresses, we need to find out the bending stresses also bending stress in the pin, that is sigma b is equal to 32 divided by pi d2 cube into f by 2, that is b by 4 plus a by 3. So from the geometry of the figure, what we discussed in the design procedure, so here we need to find out the area, that is a is equal to, sorry, not area, thickness of the fork we need to find out. Thickness of fork, a is equal to 0.75 d. Substitute the value, 0.75 into d is equal to 30 mm. So we'll get a is equal to 22.5 mm, 22.5 mm. If we substitute all the values into this equation, we know the value of sigma b, that is 80 is equal to 32 divided by pi d2 cube into, we know the value of f, 50 into 10 to the power 3 divided by 2. We know the value of b, that is 37.5 divided by 4 plus, we know the value 22.5 divided by 3. If we simplify this entire term, the diameter of knuckle pin, the diameter of knuckle pin d2 is equal to 37.73 mm, 37.73 mm. So we'll make it this value, d2 is equal to 40 mm, the standard value. d2 is equal to 40 mm. So with this we need to also the diameter of the knuckle pin d2 is equal to d, we know that. Okay, the diameter of the knuckle pin d2 is equal to d, so that is equal to 30 mm. So with that, select the bigger among the four values. Select the bigger among four values. So the diameter of knuckle pin d2 is equal to 40 mm, the bigger diameter. So here with respect to this, the maximum, also the with respect to this bending stresses in the pin, so this is the diameter we need to consider. Okay, so the diameter of the knuckle pin with respect to this equation, okay, we'll get d2 is equal to 35, and here we'll get 40, and the d2 is equal to 30. So among four values, the larger value is 40 mm, that we need to consider. Next, we need to determine the diameter of the pin head. The diameter of the pin head, so this is also called as die of collar, that is d3 is equal to 1.5 times of d2. So substitute that 1.5 into 40 will get 60 mm. So d3 is equal to 60 mm. Same way we need to simplify thickness of the pin head. Thickness of pin head, which is also called as thickness of collar. We know that equation, h is equal to 0.5 times of d2. H is equal to 0.5 into 40, will get h is equal to 20 mm. That is the thickness of the pin head and collar. Next we need to go for the design of high. Okay, so that is a third parameter with respect to this. Okay, so this is called, next we need to design the high, the design of high. So in this, first we need to go for the, okay, this is a design of high. So with respect to this, we need to go for this, we need to find out the thickness, and also we need to find out the diameter. Okay, so the outer diameter we need to find out. So based on this, okay, the design of high. Okay, so with respect to this, first what we need to find out, we need to find out the thickness. We need to find out the thickness of the high. Thickness of high, that is b is equal to 1.2 times of d. So therefore 1.25 into 30 will get b is equal to 37.5 mm. That is the value of thickness of the high. Same way we need to find out the diameter of the high. See, when it is subjected to failure, okay, this is how, okay, the diameter of the say design of high, the failure should be look like this. Okay, so when it is subjected to a failure, the diameter of the high, that is d4, the outer diameter. Okay, so the d4, this the outer diameter of the, this is a hollow section. Here what we will do, we will insert the knuckle pin. Okay, the d4 we need to find out. D4 is equal to 2 times of d2. So we know the value of d2, that is 40. Okay, if you substitute that, we'll get d4 is equal to 80 mm. D4 is equal to 80 mm. Okay, next we need to find out, we need to cross check that the shear stress induced in high, that is tau is equal to F divided by B into d4 minus d2. Okay, this equation which is available in the design data handbook, the equation number 17.48. Okay, so we know the value of tau, that is 40, is equal to 50 into 10 to the power 3 divided by, we know the value of B, that is 37.5 with respect to this design of I. So into, we know the value of d4, that is 80, minus we know the value of d2, that is 40. If we simplify this, okay, so we'll get, this is considered tau, we'll get 33.33, so Newton per mm square, which is less than the 40 Newton per mm square. 40 Newton per mm square. Next, okay, so then the design is safe. Okay, the design is safe with respect to this, the shear stresses. Okay, next, the tensile stress induced in the high, tensile stresses induced in the I, that is sigma T is equal to F divided by B into d4 minus d2. So this is the equation which is available in the design data handbook, the equation number 17.47. okay, so substitute all the values, that is 50 into 10 to the power 3 divided by 37.5 into 80 minus 40. Okay, so we'll get 33.33, which is less than 80 Newton per mm square. So then the design is safe with respect to this, the design. Okay, the tensile stress. Next what we need to find out, we need to find out the compressive stresses. The compressive stress induced in the I, that is sigma C is equal to F divided by d2b. This is the equation also which is available in the design data handbook, the equation number 17.51. We know the value of sigma C, so with respect to that we need to compare that. We know the value of F, that is F is equal to 50 into 10 to the power 3 divided by, we know the value of d2, the d2 is equal to 40 into, we know the value of B, 37.5. If we simplify this, we'll get 33.33 Newton per mm square, so which is less than 80 Newton per mm square. So then, okay, with this we need to write a comment on this as the induced stresses in shear, tension and crushing are less than less than their permissible or design stresses. So the design of I is safe. The design of I is safe. Okay, this is a design of I with respect to this one. Okay, next we need to go for that design of fork. The design of fork, here also this is the design of fork. So this is a fork end. Okay, here also we need to find out the thickness. Okay, thickness of the fork. Okay, so this is a D, and okay, so this is a D1 and outer diameter. So this is how the failure will going to takes place, the fork end. So this is a design of fork end. This is how it should be look like this in the knuckle joint. So the double end or the fork end, also call it double end or fork end. With respect to that, first we need to find out the thickness of fork, that is A is equal to 0.75 D. So 0.75 into the diameter, that is 30. So we'll get A is equal to 22.5 mm. That is the thickness of this fork. Okay, next we need to cross check all the parameter. We need to cross check this with respect to the shear stresses, crushing stresses and tensile stresses. So with respect to shear stress induced in the fork, that is tau is equal to F divided by 2A d4 minus d2. So if we simplify, if we substitute all the values, 50 into 10 to the power 3 divided by 2 into A, that is 22.5 into 80 minus 40. So if we simplify this, we'll get 27.78 Newton per mm square, so which is less than 40 Newton per mm square. So then the design is safe with respect to this shear stresses induced. Next we need to go for the tensile stress. Tensile stress induced in the fork, that is sigma T is equal to F divided by 2A d4 minus d2. See, all